time for the P page of our ABC book. And if you guessed it, we are going to make a polar bear. So once again, you are going to need some scissors, a glue, and a blue and a black crayon. So set those aside. We don't need them yet. Oh, plus your trash tray. Always important. I'm sure Mom does not want a bunch of trash all around the floor of your house. So you're going to take your pieces out of your packet. Okay, we have two long skinny rectangles. You'll notice though that they are not the same size. We have a large one, another little smaller one, ooh, and a really itty bitty one. Okay, so we can go ahead, I'm going to put those off my workspace. We can go ahead and glue the P's in the upper right hand corner. And our polar bear fun fact, this is really cool. Polar bears have black skin. The black skin helps absorb heat from the sun. It always amazes me how God just knows how to help animals know how to survive in their environment. Because, you know, polar bears live where it's very cold. That's why they're white, so that they can blend in with the snow that's all around them. And but they still need to be warm. And one of the ways they keep warm is they have extra fat on them. But they also have black skin, and black skin absorbs heat. Okay, so the largest white rectangle is his body. We're going to cut all four corners, and we're going to magic cut those corners. So hopefully you end up with something that looks kind of like an oval. Going to glue this oval in the middle of the paper. Glue dots once again are really important in case we have to slide stuff underneath. Okay, the next piece we are going to do is his head, and it is the one that is a kind of a fat rectangle. Okay, once again, all four corners. And after you get those four corners cut, we're going to magic cut that. So hopefully it looks like an oval. Okay, and the oval is going to get put right about there on where his head goes. There we go. Okay, now the next piece we're going to use is the small, skinny white rectangle. Not the smallest one, the teeny, teeny, tiniest one. Just the small one. This is going to be his ears. It seems really big for his ears. But I guess smallest. Oh no, I see what we're doing. Okay, that makes sense now. So actually this piece is going to be used for two different things, his nose and his ears. So we're going to fold this piece in half, open it up, cut it on the fold. Now save one. Okay, now we're going to take this one and fold it in half, get my trash tray, and I am only going to cut top two corners right next to each other. Magic cut that, and I should have something that looks like a hill. And if it's still together when you're done, open it up and cut it on the fold. These are his ears. We're going to glue his ears where the ears should go. So I'm going to put a little glue on the back and slide them under where his ears would be. Some glue. Slide it under where his ears should be. Okay, now this is his muzzle. And we've talked about muzzles before. Dogs have muzzles, cats have muzzles. That's where their mouth is basically, and their nose. So this one we are not folding. We are cutting all 4 corners and magic cutting like that. There we go. Muzzle is ready. Muzzle is down at the bottom of their face. So I'm going to put a couple glue dots and glue that at the bottom of his face. Okay, now you should have 3 pieces left. Our 2 rectangles, long skinny ones, and our teeny tiny one. We're not using the teeny tiny one yet. So you're going to use the longest rectangle. So this one I'm going to set aside. And this longest rectangle is going to be our polar bear's legs. Polar bears have, you guessed it, 4 legs. So I folded it and I'm going to cut it on the fold. Now I have 2 rectangles. I'm going to set one down and I'm going to take this one and I'm going to fold this one in half and then open it up and then cut it on the fold. Then I'm going to take that one that I saved, I'm going to fold it in half, open it up, and cut it on the fold. So, got my 4 legs. Going to get them ready, put them kind of where they would go, put some glue dots on. Once again, I'm going to slide this under, having a little bit of problem. There we go, slide this under for my legs, some glue dots. Slide another one under for my leg, and then I'll have 2 for the front. Glue dots. Slide that under for the leg, and the last one, slide it under. Okay, now we're going to use the other long piece. And we're going to be doing the same thing, except for these are his paws. So we're going to fold it in half and cut 2. But now, instead of cutting them apart again, I'm going to cut 2 paws at the same time. So I'm going to get my trash tray. So I took that one and I folded it in half. And now I'm going to cut all 4 corners of this and magic cut those 4 corners like so. Okay, and I'm going to open it up and cut it on the fold. So there's 2. Get my other one, fold it in half, cut all 4 corners, and magic cut those. So hopefully they look like ovals. Okay, open it up. If it's still attached, cut it on the fold. Sometimes you have to do a little extra cutting. Okay, so these are his paws. So I'm going to get some glue and glue these onto the end of each of his legs. I don't know if you've ever seen polar bear paws. They're pretty big. Okay, so we got our paws. Our last piece, the very, very smallest white rectangle. Okay, I am going to hold this in a vertical position, so like a door, not a window. Going to cut 2 corners off, really small, magic cut that, and then I'm going to glue this where his tail would be. Polar bears seem to have very small tails. Okay, slide it right underneath, So he's got his little teeny tiny tail. Okay, so the next thing we're going to need is our black and our blue crayon. Now, as you know, polar bears live in snow and ice, and a lot of times if you look at really thick pieces of snow or ice, they look kind of blue. Or polar bears also like to be in the water. So we are going to add some water, just kind of some nice squiggles around the polar bear so it looks like he's kind of by the water. Okay, we're done with the blue. Now we're going to use our black crayon. We're going to add black circles where his eyes would be for his eyes, and we are going to add a nose where his nose would be, the bottom of his muzzle. Then we're going to add 3 claws to the bottom of his paws. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we are almost done. The most important thing that I need, once again, is your name on the back. So write your name so I know that it's yours. Okay? Hope you enjoyed making the polar bear.